At first glance, many fans do a double take. Is that really Bernadette Rostenkowski from The Big Bang Theory? The same sweet yet sharp microbiologist with the unmistakable voice and tiny stature? The surprise people feel today comes from seeing actress Melissa Rauch stepping into the spotlight as herself, not as a sitcom character. At 44, she looks confident, grounded, and completely comfortable in her own skin. Recent photos shared online show a woman who has grown far beyond the role that first made her famous, and that growth is what's catching everyone's attention. It's not about shock value or drastic change, but about evolution. Fans who grew up watching her are now seeing her in a new light, and the reaction is a mix of nostalgia, admiration, and genuine respect. This moment isn't about leaving the past behind. It's about building on it with confidence, remembering Bernadette. Small, sharp, and unforgettable. Bernadette Rostenkowski wasn't just another supporting character on The Big Bang Theory. She was memorable from the moment she appeared, blending sweetness with an unexpected intensity that made her stand out. Her high-pitched voice often caught people off guard, but her intelligence and fierce personality quickly took control of any scene she was in. She could silence a room with a single look, especially when dealing with Howard or the rest of the group. Fans loved that contrast. Someone who looked gentle but never hesitated to speak her mind. Bernadette represented a kind of strength that didn't rely on size or volume, but on confidence and clarity. Over time, she became one of the show's most beloved characters, proving that toughness and kindness can coexist. That lasting impression is why seeing Melissa Rauch today feels so powerful. It reminds people how much depth there always was beneath the surface. Life after a legendary sitcom. When a show as iconic as The Big Bang Theory ends, it's natural to wonder what comes next for its stars. For Melissa Rauch, the answer has been steady growth rather than sudden reinvention. Since the series wrapped, she has continued acting while also expanding into writing and producing. One of her most notable roles is in the reboot of Night Court, where she plays the lead character, a judge who balances humor with authority. This role alone shows how far she has come, stepping into a position that carries both responsibility and presence. Beyond her career, she has embraced motherhood and a more private, grounded personal life. She shares glimpses of that life occasionally, not for attention, but to stay connected with fans who have followed her journey for years. Her post-sitcom life reflects intention, balance, and a clear sense of direction. A style that reflects confidence, not a costume. What's drawing attention now isn't just Melissa Rauch's career, it's her personal style. In recent photos, she appears relaxed, yet expressive, choosing outfits that feel playful, creative, and authentic to who she is today. Bright colors, textured jackets, elegant dresses, and thoughtful details show someone enjoying fashion rather than hiding behind it. This isn't about dressing to shock or impress. It's about self-expression. Fans who remember Bernadette's lab coats and cardigans are surprised, but pleasantly so. The contrast highlights how much room there is between a character and the person portraying them. Melissa's style doesn't erase her past roles. It adds another layer to her story. She looks comfortable experimenting, confident in her choices, and unconcerned with fitting a specific mold. That ease is what people respond to most, because it feels honest and earned rather than forced. The internet reacts, surprise turns to support. Online reactions to Melissa Rauch's recent appearances have been overwhelmingly positive. At first, some fans admit they didn't recognize her, which speaks more to how strongly Bernadette's image was etched into pop culture than to any drastic change. Once the realization sets in, the tone shifts quickly to admiration. Comments praise her confidence, her energy, and how comfortable she looks being herself. Many fans point out that it's refreshing to see a woman in her 40s enjoying her image without apology. Instead of criticism, there's encouragement, people cheering her on for embracing growth. The conversation isn't about comparison or judgment, it's about appreciation. Fans understand now that the actress was never limited to one personality, one look, or one phase of life. The support reflects a broader cultural shift toward celebrating authenticity and personal evolution, rather than freezing people in time. More than looks, the message behind the moment. What makes this moment resonate isn't fashion alone, it's what it represents. Melissa Rauch's current public image quietly challenges outdated ideas about age, identity, and self-expression. At 44, she's showing that growth doesn't slow down, it simply changes shape. You don't stop exploring who you are just because you reach a certain number. Her presence sends a message that confidence deepens with experience, not youth. She isn't trying to relive her past or compete with anyone else's version of success. Instead, she's showing what it looks like to move forward with intention. This kind of representation matters because it normalizes evolution. It reminds people that reinvention doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. It can be calm, thoughtful, and deeply personal. That quiet confidence is what makes her current chapter feel meaningful rather than performative. Feeling comfortable in your own skin. In past interviews, Melissa Rauch has spoken about the importance of self-acceptance and learning to feel comfortable in your own skin. That mindset is clearly reflected in how she presents herself today. There's a sense of ease in her posture, her smile, and her choices that suggests she's not dressing for approval. She's dressing for herself. That kind of confidence doesn't appear overnight. It comes from experience, self-reflection, and letting go of expectations. For fans watching from the outside, that authenticity is inspiring. It shows that confidence isn't about perfection or attention, but about alignment with who you truly are. Melissa's journey reminds people that it's okay to outgrow old versions of yourself while still honoring them. Comfort doesn't mean staying the same. It means trusting yourself enough to change without fear. Growing beyond the roles that defined you. Actors often struggle to separate themselves from the characters that made them famous. But Melissa Rauch has navigated that challenge with grace. She hasn't rejected Bernadette or tried to distance herself from that chapter. Instead, she's allowed herself to grow beyond it naturally. That balance is rare and admirable. By continuing to take on meaningful roles and exploring new creative paths, she shows that a defining role doesn't have to be a limiting one. Her career reflects patience rather than pressure, choice rather than reaction. Fans can still love Bernadette while appreciating Melissa for who she is now. That separation is healthy, both for the artist and the audience. It allows room for complexity and change, reminding everyone that people are never just one thing. Growth doesn't erase the past. It builds on it thoughtfully. Redefining what confidence looks like. At any age, there's something powerful about seeing confidence expressed quietly and authentically, especially at an age often overlooked by mainstream conversations. Melissa Rauch's presence challenges narrow definitions of beauty and relevance. She isn't chasing trends or trying to appear younger than she is. Instead, she's embracing her current stage of life fully. That approach redefines confidence as something rooted in self-knowledge rather than external validation. It's a reminder that style, creativity, and self-expression don't have expiration dates. People respond to that because it feels real. In a world full of filters and pressure, authenticity stands out. Melissa's journey shows that confidence matures. It becomes steadier, clearer, and more grounded with time. That's a message many people, especially fans who've grown alongside her, find deeply reassuring and motivating. From beloved character to confident individual, Bernadette Rostenkowski will always hold a special place in television history, but Melissa Rauch's story didn't end when the show did. Today, she stands as a confident individual who continues to grow, create, and express herself on her own terms. Seeing her now isn't about surprise, it's about recognition. Recognition of change, strength, and self-assurance. Her journey reminds us that people are allowed to evolve, to explore new sides of themselves, and to shine in different ways over time. The takeaway isn't that she looks different, it's that she looks comfortable, happy, and present. That's something worth celebrating. Melissa Rauch shows that honoring your past doesn't mean living in it. Sometimes, the most inspiring glow-up isn't about appearance at all, but about confidence, clarity, and choosing to stand front and center as your true self.